Before Biden switches houses, he freed a killer of spouses. President Biden recently commuted the 40-year sentence of Josephine Virginia Gray, also known as the Black Widow. She was convicted of insurance fraud linked to the murders of 2 husbands and a boyfriend, going all the way back to 1974. Oh, is that what happened to my dad?
Wow, that's 2.
Yeah. If I can joke about the you can.
Exactly.
Unless you're here. Is there a tall, light-skinned guy? No, we're good. All right. Now, after 22 years in prison, she walks free thanks to Uncle Joe. Interesting, because I could have sworn the White House said they were only granting clemency to nonviolent offenders. Just imagine if Joe's colleagues had known they could get away with killing a spouse. Oh. Kat, clearly Joe is not studying in the laboratory,
No.
as you so cleverly pointed out last week.
Yes, I'm against this.
Thank you.
As much as
Enough said.
as much as I generally love to see women in male-dominated fields,
Yeah.
I think this one's taking it too far.
I-
That deserved way more. You guys are
It's the whole dad thing.
like, you know.
It was the dad thing. But here's the thing. She wasn't charged for murder.
Right,
charged
because they
her
said she
for
would never.
insurance
They
fraud.
said she would never get out because of all of the time, and then Joe Biden's like, "Yeah, want to bet?" That wasn't even funny.
You never know what's going to work.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to land.
They're in court, and they're like, she's got 40 years. Well, shouldn't we go after the murder? No. She'll never see the light of day.
Right.
Somebody overplayed their hand a little bit.
Yeah.
But how does that pardon even come up?
I'm just wondering, like you said, how does that pardon come up? It seems like Biden is just pardoning everybody at this point in time. Like, I feel that he's kind of wandering around his house in pajamas and thinking, okay, who else? OJ? Is OJ still around? Amy Fisher? Is Amy Fisher? And meanwhile, poor Joe Exotic can't catch a break. Pardon Joe Exotic already.
All he did was supposedly talk about killing somebody.
Yeah,
she smoked 3 brothers in arms.
Get Joe Exotic out and then worry about the rest of these people. Please, Joe.
He's going to write you a letter.
Joe Exotic?
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully Joe Biden does too. That'd be great.
It'll be in crayon.
That is the softball of all softballs, right?
Oatmeal stains on it. Emily, somebody else is doing these pardons. And a little to bring the temperature down a little bit, we had a judge selling kids. Rumor has it a couple other individuals on there had child pornography on their stuff. And then now a woman who was killing husbands and boyfriends for insurance money. There's no way he's reading these cue cards. Like, who is making these pardons? Shouldn't that be the real question? Because Kat said there's no way he was up all night looking at the stats and making charts and checking it twice and seeing who's naughty and nice. He's the most up Santa Claus of all time.
He's no Santa. He's no Santa, that's for sure. Yeah, look, the thing that's so appalling to me is that whoever recommended this didn't read the cue card either. There is no way that someone even read beyond the conviction, beyond the actual conviction, and thought that it was okay to recommend a pardoning for that. And the dereliction, to me, it's every link in the chain. So to your point, the Maryland DA declined to prosecute a homicide because insurance, for 3.
Not once, not twice, thrice.
Thrice, because the sentence for the federal insurance fraud charges were, to your point, were 40 years. That's a total dereliction. Look, there's prosecutorial discretion, and they say, I don't want to waste the taxpayer dollars. No, bro, that's exactly what you spend our taxpayer dollars on.
Waste mine for that.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. So now this person's out because there's boxes that were checked. That's the shameful veneer on this, is that whatever team that loves to check boxes, they were the same ones, I'm sure, that put the VP there and that took Biden out. They said, oh, here's someone that checks this box, and it's a nonviolent felony because they did not look any deeper other than insurance fraud. The whole point, you guys, the insurance fraud was that you can't financially benefit from someone you've murdered. So the second half of that sentence.
So every wife in this audience and at home, you cannot what?
financially benefit from someone you've murdered or from the murder itself?
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
There's no exceptions to that.
Do we know if she's single?
If she is not
She's probably dating.
the dumbest on the planet, like,
But you know what? There's no double jeopardy, so maybe if Marilyn has
you
a
might
no
wanna
as a
stay-
homicide SO, like if they have no statute of limitations, then watch out because she might.
Because she was on house arrest, so she's probably on Hinge, just like, I'm a homebody.
I think you want to stay away from any woman with the name Black Widow.
yeah.
It's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah, I think she's seeing the light and Biden's starting to walk towards it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they kept saying Biden was healthy, and he is, because he's a vegetable.
Yes.
You're asking, like, I think she is. Actually, Biden, I think, is setting her up with Hunter. No, I'm surprised Hunter didn't go to the funerals of the guys, and because
That's kind of his thing.
yeah, that's his thing.
She
like,
is a widower,
Yeah,
albeit a black widow.
I just got.
I mean, he went to his brother's funeral, and then he was the one that was stiff.
Erase that one.
That was bad. Okay,
would
but
erase that
I'm just saying, you're right. Biden doesn't know. He's not making these calls. I mean, he went to Africa and fell asleep with the leaders of Africa.
Yeah.
And then he woke up and he saw so many black people, he thought he died and came back a Kardashian.
I don't even know how to feel right now.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.